What is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my DVD collection for 2012 and part 2 of the horror section. So we finished on the F's last time, so let's get started with G. Up first, we have a double feature, 2 movies for one low price, Gamera vs. Chaos, or Chaos, I'm not sure if that's a G or a C, and Gamera the Invincible. These were also sent to me by JR DNR 1987. He sent me a couple of them. Another double feature, Young Gary, Monster from the Deep, and Monster from a Prehistoric Planet. Okay, up next we have Ghost Ship from 2002 with Gabriel Byrne. Not a great movie, but the opening scene on the deck of the ship during the dance is an awesome scene, but the film goes downhill from there. Next we have Ginger Snaps, a good Canadian teen angst horror film. I watched in October with Emily Perkins and Catherine Isabel. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was very good. Okay, next we have the Halloween films. Up first, Halloween from 1978, of course, John Carpenter's classic that started it all. This is my second favorite horror film of all time. Halloween 2 from 1981, very good film. I haven't seen it in a long time though, but I remember it being probably the second best Halloween film. Next we have Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which I have not watched in ages. Same with Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. And Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Yeah, we're up to 6 now. Then we have H2O, Halloween 20 years later from, I believe this came out in 1998. Jamie Lee Curtis returned. Yeah, it's okay, but it's been a while since I've seen it. Next we have Halloween Resurrection from 2002. Not a great movie by a long shot. Okay, and then we go on to Rob Zombie's Halloween films. Halloween from 2007. Really enjoyed his remake. I thought the first half was fantastic. The second half not so much, but still a very good film. And Halloween 2, which I was not a huge fan of, but I wanted to pick it up to complete my Rob Zombie collection. Just got this last week. Okay, next we have Hatchet from 2006. Really enjoyed this. Again, another film I watched for the first time this past October. Didn't love the ending. I thought it ended sort of abruptly and kind of weirdly. And so with the help of fellow YouTubers, I picked up Hatchet 2 on Blu-ray from 2010. Have not watched it yet though. Okay, next we have another Midnight Movies double feature with Vincent Price, The Haunted Palace. And the main reason I got it is because of Tower of London from 1962, I believe. Yeah, really good film, of course, the Richard III Shakespeare classic. Next we have The Haunting, the original British 1963 film, produced by Robert Wise. Next we have The Haunting, the remake from 1999 with Liam Neeson, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Owen Wilson, Lily Taylor. Not great. The effects are kind of cool, but yeah, it's not a great movie. Next we have High Tension, or Switchblade Romance as it's known in the UK and Australia. Really enjoyed this great French horror film from 2005. Oh, this one's like stuck in there. Next we have the original The Hills Have Eyes from 1977. Great Wes Craven film. Almost put it back in the wrong place. Next we have the remake, The Hills Have Eyes from 2004, I believe. Really good remake. Was not a fan of The Hills Have Eyes 2. Probably won't be picking that one up. But yeah, the remake was really good. Next we have the Hostel films, well the first two, Hostel from 2005, really good. Well, it's not really good, but it's good. I love the ending, and it's got some cool moments, that's for sure. And Hostel Part 2 from 2007, not as good as the first one, but still some cool scenes, and a good looking female cast. Next we have Rob Zombie's House of Thousand Corpses from 2003. Was not a fan of this when it first came out, but I loved the Devil's Rejects, so I decided to pick it up anyway. Next we have, before they both fall out, we have House of Wax, the original 1953 film with Vincent Price. You may see a pattern of Vincent Price movies. And the remake from 2005 with Alicia Cuthbert and Paris Hilton. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a great remake. Some really cool scenes. The ending is awesome. It gets a lot of shit because of Paris Hilton, but yeah, I really like that film. Next we have House on the Haunted Hill, the 1959 original with Vincent Price once again. Great movie. I watched it this past October as well. Next we have The Howling from 1981, a decent werewolf film from the 80s. Cool lenticular cover on here. Watched that again last year. Next we have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is the 1939 version with Charles Laughton. Okay, next we have I Know What You Did Last Summer from, when this came out, 1998 I believe, or 97. Yeah, not a fan of the sequel, but the first one's okay. Sort of in that Scream mold. Okay, moving down. God, I'm sore. We have another Val Lewton double feature, I Walked with the Zombie and The Body Snatcher. I Walked with the Zombie from 1943, I believe, and The Body Snatcher, which is really good, from 1946. I want to thank Casey Jones for recommending me to watch The Body Snatcher with Boris Karloff. Awesome performance by him. Really good movie. Okay, next we have Inside, French horror film from 2007, which I just picked up last week, which I have not seen yet. Next we have Interview with the Vampire Chronicles from 1994. Decent movie, of course, with directed by Neil Jordan, with Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas, a very young Kirsten Dunst. Next we have The Invisible Man, the Legacy Collection, the Universal monster movie. I love the Invisible Man from 1933. I don't think I've seen the sequels of The Invisible Man, to be honest. I need to watch those at some point. But yeah, the original is great. Next we have another Val Lewton double feature with Boris Karloff, Isle of the Dead and Bedlam, which I watched in October as well, from 1946. Next we have Jacob's Ladder from 1990, very good Adrian Lyne film with Tim Robbins and Elizabeth Pena. Next we have the Jeepers Creepers films, the first one from 2001, really good with Justin Long and Gina Phillips. Yeah, the ending of this movie really surprised me when I saw it the first time around. And Jeepers Creepers 2, probably not as good as the original from 2003. I didn't think it was as good as the first one, but still pretty enjoyable. Next we have Jennifer's Body, guilty pleasure for me, definitely, with Megan Fox. Amanda Seyfried is awesome in this film, in my opinion, and it was loads of fun. I thought it was just great. Okay, next we have The Legend of Hell House from 1973, good British classic haunted mansion film. Next we have Legion from 2010 on Blu-ray with Paul Bettany. Pretty bad in spots, to be honest, but kind of fun. I like the opening scene in the diner. But my good friend Marcy hates that movie with a passion. So moving on. Another Val Lewton horror double feature, The Leopard Man, which is awesome, from 1943, and The Ghost Ship, which I have not seen yet. Okay, next we have Let Me In on Blu-ray from 2010. I enjoyed Let the Right One In, the original Swedish vampire film, but I thought the remake was just great. And Chloe Grace Moretz was amazing, as was Cody Smith McPhee. I really liked the 80s setting they did it in. It felt like an old horror movie I would have watched when I was growing up. Yeah, I just absolutely loved the remake. Okay, next we have The Lost Boys, classic of course, from 1987 with the two Coreys, Kiefer Sutherland, what's his name, Jason Patric, right? Who am I thinking of? Yeah, Jason Patric, Jamie Gertz, filmed in Santa Cruz, which is the beach community near where I live, well, pretty close anyway. Next we have Martyrs from 2007, great French horror film. I watched for the first time again in October. Really sort of blew me away. It's a pretty incredible film at times. Okay, next we have another double feature, Midnight Movies, The Mask of the Red Death from 1964, which I watched in October with Vincent Price, of course, and The Premature Burial, which I have not seen. Okay, next we have May from 2002, good little horror film with Angela Bettis, Anna Faris, and Jeremy Sisto. Next we have Mimic. Really enjoyed this film from, man, this came out, what, 1998, something like that, when Mira Sorvino was on a roll. Really good film, good effects. Mr. Funny Shoes is I think the nickname of the creature in this, if I remember correctly. Next we have The Monster Squad, of course, classic from 1987. Everybody loves that film. Next we have The Mummy Legacy Collection, of course, the original from 1932. I watched all the sequels this year, and they're all pretty much the same film. It's kind of funny that they're just like 70 minutes of the same stuff over and over again. They're not great, to be honest, but the first one's great. Next we have Near Dark, classic vampire film from 1987, Catherine Bigelow film. Okay, next we have a double feature. It's Curse of the Demon and Night of the Demon, but the main reason I got it is Night of the Demon, the original British horror film from 1957, I believe. It's a longer version of the same movie. Okay, next we have Night of the Living Dead, of course, George A. Romero's classic from 1968. First saw that in a film class in college. Dawn of the Dead, of course, from 1978. Just classic. And I always forget that this Day of the Dead edition has... Anyway, Day of the Dead from 1985. I have not actually watched this yet, but I plan to at some point. And the Dawn of the Dead remake from 2004 by Zack Snyder. Great remake, probably my favorite horror remake of the past decade. Just love the cast, the whole energy of the film. Yeah, I thought it was amazing, and I like it even better than the original. Okay, next we have the Nightmare on Elm Street films, of course. The first one from 1984, just classic Wes Craven. Saw some of the sequels when I was a kid, so I'm a bit fuzzy on most of them, to be honest. 2, Freddy's Revenge. I don't need to say the Nightmare title the whole time. Dream Warriors, number 3. Number 4, The Dream Master. Number 5, The Dream Child. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. And Wes Craven's New Nightmare. And for the hell of it, I also picked up Freddy vs. Jason. Why is it in this section and not with the other Friday the 13th movies? Just because Freddy's name comes first. Don't ask me why. Next we have Nomads, a really good film from 1986 with Pierce Brosnan and Leslie Ann Down about demons in Los Angeles. Okay, do I want to end on the O's or the P's? Oh man. Yeah, let's end on the O's because I'm over 15 minutes already. The original Omen from 1976, just a classic with Gregory Peck and Lee Remick. Was not a fan of the remake in 2006. And last but not least, we have The Others, really good ghost story with Nicole Kidman from 2001. So that is horror part 2, and yeah, part 3 is going to be long as well because there's still a lot to get through. So thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see ya.
Bom.